Hey everyone, and welcome to That's a Mouthful. I'm so glad y'all are joining us. Okay, today, Matt, we are gonna dive into an ultimate relationship debate.
Okay.
You ready? What
All right.
actually counts as cheating? So we're gonna have some clear-cut cases probably, and then some situations maybe that might be a little messy or chaotic or fall into a gray area. Obviously, every relationship is different, so no judgment. But so these are just gonna be
We
mine and Matt.
listen and we don't judge.
Sometimes we judge.
Maybe a little. All right.
But so these are just our opinions, and obviously, if you've been following us, you probably know where we're going to fall on most of these questions. But yeah, I thought it would be interesting. I saw some clips. Well, first of all, we kind of talked about this in the past, like here and there a little bit, nothing really in depth. And then I've seen some stuff on like TikTok and online talking about what's cheating or not cheating. And then also, we're going to talk about in another episode, but I was talking to one of my friends who's straight. She's a girl, and was saying some things about like gay friendships and gay relationships and that kind of thing. And she was blown away and completely shocked at the way that gays in kind of live their lives with friendship groups or relationship groups. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So we'll go into that later. But okay. So let's talk about some potential, is it cheating? So, Matt, kissing someone else on the lips, cheating or no?
It can be like a cultural thing. So it kind of really depends on, because some people just are like that. But if you're not normally like that and then you just kiss a rando on the lips, come on. Like, also, I mean, if you're in a relationship, there's rules in your relationship. If there's rules, if the other person wouldn't be comfortable with it, if you wouldn't do it in front of them, probably not doing so good there,
Yeah, I think that's right. I think yeah, for sure, if it's someone you don't know, like you're out clubbing or something,
I
you kiss
personally
them.
don't like when people do that. Like, I don't mind like cheek to cheek, but I really don't like mouth contact. Like, I wouldn't even let my parents do it as a kid. Like when parents like, oh, kiss the baby. As soon as I was like old enough I was like, please stop touching me, to the point that my family would make fun of me. Like, we go visit grandma or something, and I would like shy away. And a couple times they tried to make me stand there, like hold me by the arm and make me like, no, hug and kiss grandma. I'm like,
you mean you're not like Tom Brady, I believe? Isn't he the one who like kisses his children still?
Right, I don't mind you kiss me on the forehead, cheeks, or whatever, but like, don't just.
Oh yeah, I think he still kisses them on the mouth, and they're like older children.
Yeah, right. And I'm like, please stop. Like, don't.
Yeah.
I watched a whole video on this, and the comments were like, I still do it with my children. It's not like I think it's a sexual thing. I just want to clarify. I don't think it's that. I just think there's a point when you should stop. And also, like for me as a kid, I was like, don't touch me. Like, I don't want you to touch me.
I don't
like in that way. Like, you can hug me, kiss me on the cheek, whatever. But when you force a kid to sit there and be kissed and touched, you're not really helping them.
Yeah. I would say for me, if it's like some random person, I would say it would be cheating. If it's like a friend, and one of our friends, I would say it's not cheating. I would kiss a friend. Bring the friends over right now.
Cody's like ready. He's got the chapstick out. Like,
yeah, guys, like
he is on it.
Ready. Okay.
He's ready to show some love.
Texting someone, I miss you, but not acting on it.
I mean, that seems insecure. Like, I miss you and Justin.
Yeah.
Like, I text you all the time, like, oh my God, Cody, I miss him. I miss like our hangouts and our talkings, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But I
cheater.
Yeah, right. But I also tell David, like, oh, I miss doing our recordings, like when we have to go through long stretches where we're on a forced hiatus because of school or health or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think it's cheating, but I have seen some videos in the past of people thinking that it's cheating.
Now,
or
if you're
texting any guy, another guy,
like
they would consider cheating. And
I mean, if you're texting like your exes and stuff like that, that seems a little like,
yeah, it's kind of like
dancing that's a little weird. Like, why?
Yeah,
but like, let's ask the questions. Like, why are you texting that? A lot of people, though, I think read way too much into shit, and they start like digging in and putting shit that isn't there, and then they turn nothing into something. And then the person's like, well, maybe I am missing something with that person. Oh, good. Everyone saw it but me.
Yeah. Dancing really close with someone at a club. And not your, obviously, your significant other or husband. Yeah.
I mean, that seems just kind of uncomfortable. Like, why would you do that? But you know, again, rules. Are we just out for the night? Like, is this like a random, or is this like when girls and their gay besties dance close because, you know, there's obviously nothing there, but it's kind of girls will dance close to their gay boys to, you know, keep the straight boys away because they don't understand the word no.
Yeah, I would say if I'm there, I don't care. And I've done it before.
You slut. I mean, sorry, we listen and we don't judge.
They actually wanted to make out with me, but I didn't pick up on that.
I'm also super blind to like, we have literally gotten in the car and David's like, that guy was definitely hitting on you and checking you out. I'm like, no, I think he was just nice. And he's like, are you dumb?
It's like,
and he'll like he'll like replay back like everything that was said. And I'm like, yeah, it does sound like they were flirting. But they were just being nice.
Well, also the thing is, if you're dancing really close with someone at a club, there's a lot of people anyway, so you're going to be up against somebody at a club regardless.
Yeah, that part is kind of unavoidable. I don't know. I don't really think on that stuff. I really have so much going on in my head all the time that I can't police the people around me.
Yeah,
I just can't. If you're gonna like dance close and leave me for some dude you met on a dance floor, then this relationship wasn't in a good place anyway.
Yeah. But if you're out and you're dancing with me, I will dance with you.
Oh, Cody, that's so sweet. Well, it's gonna be awkward because
here's a good one.
This might be hard to believe, but dancing is not my forte.
Oh my god. Okay, so not to get super sidetracked on this, me, my best friend from Orlando, and then Gabe went out to it's not even like a club, so it's like a bar / place where some people dance a little bit, and I like start dancing with somebody, and my friend and Gabe are standing by, and they said it was the most awkward thing because neither of us could dance, and we were off beat, and I swear we were on beat. So I guess we'll be good. We'll both be off beat. I wish they would have recorded it. See,
no, you're glad they didn't. Trust me.
I want it. I
want it.
Video footage of me at all times, please. Okay, here's a good one. Having a work spouse but never crossing the line.
Everybody has a work spouse. Oh my god, they're the person that keeps you fucking sane.
I know. And I'm gonna say I'm gonna cross the line.
Well, how many people thought like you were David and that you were like you were my husband? And I was like, well, Justin and David are gonna have a lot of questions.
We've been making out for years.
Totally. But we've never even been in the same room.
I know, we've never been in the same room. Like you've been able to see, we're not in the same room. We've never been in the same state together. I don't think at the same time. Is it not true?
You have
Texas. Sorry, what am I thinking about?
I don't know. You just weren't thinking, Cody.
I wasn't thinking.
Just like when you were out dancing with that slut.
So, that is funny that people thought, because like literally we've never been in the same room. So I don't know how that works.
Said it in the first season when we talk and everything, when we did talk about more like fun, lighter topics like this, we would be like, oh, this is Cody and I am Matt and we are not together. Like, we have partners. This is just a fun project we do together. In fact, I think Cody's sleeping with our sound guy.
The YouTube videos with Katya and Trixie, where they like watch YouTube videos. They have the room split in half, and half is red and half is pink. And so it looks like they're, it's like two different rooms kind of, but they're not, it's like all painted. What if I was just able to reach through here and then all of a sudden my hand is in Matt's space?
That would be really great. That would be so fun to finally be able to like meet after all these. We've been delayed so many fucking times.
Sliding into someone's DMs with a flirty vibe but no intentions.
I don't know. I read everybody's DMs to David, not out of like insecurity, but because some of them like, wow, David, look at this. And he's like, oh, that's fascinating.
You know, I feel like Matt
And most people are like 3,000 miles away.
Yeah, I feel like Matt did slide into my DMs being a little bit flirty with no straight up intentions at first. I love it because
no, I had intentions.
Oh.
No.
Well, I mean, it was based on like the whole like that thing that people used to do on Twitter where you like pick a pumpkin and then you pick the
was
number
asking
and
for
then
the attention, and I was scrolling and saw it and went, okay, I'll bite. We were so young, Cody. We were so young.
Oh my God, we really were.
I was like 7 years ago at this point, friend.
So
It was like 2018.
so long, guys. Okay. So maybe things get a little messy here. Let's see. Secretly having an OnlyFans subscription to a specific
secretly?
person.
Oh no, that's not a good plan. That's not a good thing. If you guys actually care about stuff like that, like I don't think David has any, but I mean, I personally don't care because it's an OnlyFans. It's no different than watching porn, and it's his money. We don't share money. So the way we have our bills divided, I moved here first, so I'd set everything up. David pays me a set amount every 2 weeks out of his paycheck. Outside of that, I don't care.
Wait, so are y'all looking for a sugar baby?
More like sugar daddy. God, you see the economy? Ugh.
Yo, I was gonna try to be a sugar baby. I think I wouldn't care. Like, obviously,
yeah,
like,
I mean,
if the other person has a subscription, like, okay, you wanted to see them, but this would be my thing. Share that with me if you're like subscribed to it. And then secondly, I would just say, why not just get a joint subscription or like get a joint account and then you each subscribe or whatever and you figure out the money or whatever.
Right.
You can both enjoy what each other likes.
Like, while I personally don't care, or like if David mentioned, he goes, hey, I subscribed to that guy's OnlyFans. I thought you'd think it was interesting. Okay. But if I felt like it was being hidden from me, I would feel differently about it. Like if he was intentionally subscribing to things and intentionally hiding it from me, then I would be bothered because like, what are you hiding?
And then he's like, what? I did.
Yeah, right.
I'm not looking at it.
Turn on your phone and it randomly moans or something, you know?
It's funny. I went to a play recently, and there was a scene in the play in which like accidentally like turned on his phone and it was like just a lot of moaning. Okay, keeping a dating app just for fun but not actually meeting anyone.
If your partner doesn't know about it, that's not a good idea. That's like, yeah, you haven't crossed a line, you haven't done anything yet, but you're setting yourself up for failure. If your partner doesn't know about it and you're hiding it, it's almost worse. If they don't care and they believe your intentions, and you're just essentially bored and trying to make friends, because you can use the apps to make friends. People who say they can't make friends on the apps, you're the problem. I'm sorry, you are just the problem. You are looking for the wrong kinds of friends. Okay, you are the problem. Because I've literally been out for 20 years, so I've been on the apps, obviously, and
you wouldn't know in that
really
same kind
problem making friends.
Yeah, in that same kind of vein, people who post like online and they're like really like traditionally like really pretty or hot people, and they're like, I just can't find anybody. I'm like,
yeah,
there might be a problem.
How are you talking to said people? You know, because I'm sure they get a lot of really gross DMs, but like, you know, like, what's the setup here? Like, are you actually interested or not? Like, but yeah, I think if you're trying to hide it, if you have anything and you're intentionally hiding it from your partner, then I think that's a problem. Even if you haven't crossed the line, like, why? Like, you don't want to have some random thing that can come up at dinner one night and they're like, oh, why didn't you tell me? Oh, I didn't think it was a big deal. Okay, if it wasn't a big deal, why didn't you tell me? Did it slip your mind? Well, no, it didn't, because you've obviously logged into it 40 times a day. So, you know,
which creates its own issue.
Because, you know, if you don't log into an app for a long time, my phone will just delete it. So be very easy to forget about it. So yeah, so maybe you had it and you haven't looked at it in like 3 years. I'm not going to give a shit, because clearly you probably forgot about it because you're obviously not logging in. But your phone shows. You can easily show somebody, hey, I haven't logged into it in like 3 years. I totally forgot about it.
I would say the communication on that is particular. Let people know if you are going to do it and you're going to do it for friendship or other things. Let your significant other know. Otherwise, I would say is a little.
Yeah, no, it's pretty shit. No, it's actually just shitty. You're hiding something. Yeah, you haven't like gone and slept with anybody, but you're really treading at that point. It feels like you're just splitting hairs.
Yeah.
And you're just looking to push the limits to see how far you can go, which isn't all that nice.
I have seen some couples where they'll have like a joint account, and that seems to work pretty well for them.
Yeah, I've actually made friends that way, and they were like, "Hey, we are not looking for thirds. We are literally looking for gays to have game nights with."
And it's like my partner is on here too.
Met a gay couple out here that we just hang out. Like that's it.
Yep.
Like it is not a sexual thing at all.
Yeah.
And they're lovely and they're kind, and we get to see them once or twice a month around work schedules, obviously. And you know, they're just they're very sweet. And they were very clear what they wanted, and we were okay with that. And it worked out great. But I mean, again, not hiding anything. They were both there. They both had the app. They both were like, hey, we are looking for friends. We see that you're also a gay couple looking for friends. And because we had the apps for a little bit out here, just not knowing anybody. And then once we made a couple of friends that we felt like, oh, okay, like these are genuine people that we think are going to stick around, we just went ahead and deleted them last year. And never, but we both knew we had our own profiles, but we both knew the other was there, and we both knew about it. And we talked to each other about, hey, this person seems nice. Do we want to meet them for dinner somewhere? Communicate.
Liking thirst traps and commenting on someone's posts.
Oh, don't give a shit about that at all. Don't bother me.
I don't understand people who do worry. I think that's an insecurity on your part, and like I work on the relationship maybe, but that's my opinion on that one. Hanging out one-on-one with an ex without telling your partner, I would say
no, don't do it. No,
that's trouble.
Don't do it
for everybody.
Yeah. Don't do it.
Your partner's best friend kisses you as a joke. Do you tell?
Yeah.
So here's the deal. I would say yes, and he would enjoy hearing that.
But yeah, I wouldn't care if he didn't. I'm still going to say something because I will not be thrown under the bus for something I didn't actually do. Right. Like you're going to take a flying leap off the mountain, try to drag me with you. I'm pulling the parachute, and I'm still going to tell everyone that you ran off the mountain and tried to take me with you.
I'm just going to go up there and just start kissing David. Okay. Fantasizing about someone else while with your partner.
I mean, what? Really? Like, man, people really need to find other things to do. I'm sorry. At some point, private thoughts are private thoughts, I
was going to say,
if you're sharing that, if you're telling somebody I fantasize about somebody else while I'm with you, that is a problem. I mean, unless it's like literally like a kink thing and you're just saying it, you're having dinner, you're like, these pork chops are delicious. By the way, I fantasized about your ex while plowing you earlier. I really think that,
it's like, why are you? Yeah, it's like, why are you having those thoughts? And if you're having them a lot, then why are you with this person?
Right. There's obviously other things that need to be said.
You reconnect with a high school crush and don't tell your partner. Innocent or sus?
I mean, if you have no intention of meeting them and you're like, oh, it was nice to talk, but who cares? But I would still mention, like, oh, guess who messaged me today? You're not going to believe this. Like, like stuff like that for, like Cody, you and I are not exactly 22. So for us, it's like, oh, this person I liked in the 10th grade in 2002. Who gives a shit? The whole people are like they're possessive over people in the weirdest ways. And I'm like, God,
I feel like I would be like,
how do you have this much time in your life? Go get a hobby. Read another book.
I feel like I would be like, okay. And
are they hot?
Yeah.
Like, what do they look like?
Picture.
Yeah, I want to see a picture.
Let's hang out if they're hot.
Let's see how it goes.
Okay.
Cody, we might be the toxic ones in this conversation.
You tell someone else I love you in a platonic but very intense way. Is that overstepping? I would say I don't think so.
No, I mean, if there's no sexual intent behind it and the other person knows that, like, you have your besties you've known for longer than Justin. You obviously have a deep love for them. And I think telling your friends that you love them really, really matters. And if obviously there's a difference between being like, oh my God, I love you so much. I'm so happy to see you. I'm so glad you're part of my life, blah, blah, blah. It's a very beautiful, healthy thing to share.
I
And
think
we
so.
should say it to each other more often. There's this weird kind of the auto feeder's going off for the cats.
Oh, feeding time.
Here they come. Can you hear the collars jingling?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Y'all, when is my feeding time?
Go on. So
feed me, Matt. Feed
shut
me.
up, Cody. Oh God, that's just I don't have a problem with that. Obviously, if this person's like somebody that you used to sleep with and you're clearly not just like, oh my God, I'm so happy you're healthy and safe and I love you and you're doing so good and blah, blah, blah. But like,
I think that goes with the whole like communication of things in your relationship and knowing who your partner is really good friends with and who their besties are. That just knowing that information, I think helps in instances like this. If you like overhear that or say someone else said, oh, your husband or your partner was saying I love you to so and so, but you're like, oh, that's just their friend, like, okay, like whatever. Like, and I think that's just the communication of things, of knowing things, but then also just knowing who your partner is friends with and like who they're really close
like,
with, like,
I know David's
because they're
friends.
probably messaging them, calling them, FaceTiming, seeing them in person. I mean,
right. Like I know David's friends and he knows mine. And I mean, we share almost all the same friends. There's just some friends that David's closer with than I am and vice versa. And I like them just fine. We just don't interact on the same wavelength that they and David connect. And I'm so okay with that because I think I'm too old to sit there and try to pretend to fit in a conversation where my presence might be wanted, but I don't have anything to contribute or don't feel like I contribute or don't really enjoy the same. I don't enjoy it the same way and as much as David. And that's okay. If you're willing to let me go take a nap or like read a book or do something else, I am totally good with you going to dinner or on a hike with friends on one that I don't want to be on. I have discovered that putting myself places I don't want to be just makes everybody have a bad time.
Yeah.
And if you try to force me to go on or rope me in, like you put me in a position where I can't get out of it, I will make sure you have a bad time because I'm petty. Because if I said I don't want to be there, but you tried to make me go, I'll just make sure you have a bad time too, because I don't care. Because if you didn't care about my feelings when I said I don't want to be part of the situation, then I don't care about your feelings because now I have to be part of the situation.
Yeah.
So I'll make it a situation.
Don't cross Matt.
Yeah,
but,
no, I'm not afraid. I chose violence in 2005 and never looked back.
But I think you're right. Like, why put yourself through that? If you don't want to do something with them, just let them go do their thing.
Right. Like the partners that say, oh, I hate when my partner likes to go to Target and wander around. Then why do you go? Because they want me there. Okay, I get you don't want to go every time, but if you never like, I do enjoy going with David most places. And most of the time, just sometimes, especially the last year and a half of being night shift when he's day shift, I've had an hour and a half of sleep. Therefore, no, I don't want to walk around downtown at 10 o'clock in the morning to go find lunch because I want to die, actually, because I haven't slept in 42 hours.
Fair.
But if most of the time I do want to be present, I do want to go, and I'm having a wonderful time.
Well, and I think that also plays on like, I know that Justin sometimes, like, I like going to Target and like looking around or going to the mall and looking around or going to like plant nurseries and looking around. And the thing is, time goes away when I'm doing this. And like 2 hours later, I'm like, oh my God, wait, where have I been? And he doesn't like doing that. He likes to go bam, bam, done. And so I think it's also important for you to realize what your partner likes to do or not to do. So if you were to do something with a friend, you're not even putting them in a position.
Compromise. Like, no, I get it. We're going to be there for longer than 30 minutes, but maybe an hour instead of 2.
Fair.
Like,
because we've been doing like mall things where we'll like walk around the mall and it's fun. It's nice. And it's become something that we enjoy doing. But he doesn't like my longer mall trips. And I understand that. And so I think that's important.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And I think the partners that go along with these things on every single trip and they're mad about it, I'm like, you're intentionally being a dick. Your partner asked if you wanted to go. You said yes. And they said, are you sure? And you said, yeah, it's fine. I want to go. And they're like, are you sure? And you said yes again. And then you were mad the whole time. That is not the same.
I don't like that phrase though. Also, when someone, you want to do something, yeah, it's okay, it's fine. Like, give me something a little bit more. Like, it's like when someone's like, you want to go eat at this place or this location? Yeah, that sounds good. Or yeah, like,
take the yes and run with it. If you ask me and I say yes, that's yes. That's it. That there's no magic behind it. It's yes, no matter how
unenthusiastic. I think yes is different than like yeah. Yeah seems just like so nonchalant, and it's also how people phrase it. And there are certain people that
if my answer starts with Y and ends in or S, then take it and win. Like, it's a win
in the car.
Like, just know that I'm getting in the car and we're gonna be fine.
I can't wait till we meet in person. I'm sure there's gonna be some interesting fun clashing.
Well, you're gonna be like, oh my god, we have to go here, here, and here, and I'll be like, let me sleep.
Well, guys, so that is our look at like what we thought is cheating or not cheating. I don't know. I feel like we were pretty chill, honestly, in there, and I think that's actually like, I think if you like, you're communicating with your partner and like, I don't know, in my head, our answers were pretty like fair, like realistic answers. I don't think
if you're intentionally hiding something from your partner, or if you're doing something that you couldn't do in front of your partner that your partner wouldn't be comfortable with, then there's probably an issue.
And I think we'll talk about this like in our episode where we talk about like gays and straights and the different dynamics. But I also feel like a lot of gays in like all these questions would kind of agree with this to a point, but like straight couples would not agree on a lot.
Right, because they never learned how to deal with their feelings. They were taught that we have to be jealous and possessive and like aggressive because that's how you show somebody you care. And it's like, oh my God, shut up. Like,
okay, guys, we want to hear from you. So
maybe
comment, comment wherever and let us know what you think on these topics. Were we too lenient, or like, I don't think we were too harsh.
We're gonna get like a bunch of hate mail. Watch, this will be the random thing that gets us all the hate mail again.
Bring it on. It's engagement.
We've got other stuff to do.
Okay, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to That's a Mouthful. If you loved what you heard today, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to keep up with all our latest episodes. And we've got more than just episodes. Join us on social media to be part of our vibrant community and keep the conversation going. Follow us, dive into discussions, and share your thoughts. Want to support the show and get some fabulous perks? Check out our Patreon page. Your support helps us bring even more great content and keeps the party going. Every bit helps, and we truly appreciate it. So, until next time, keep that mouthful.